Hare Krishna, welcome to Ved Sarthi. Today we are going to learn Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verses 12 and 13. We are presenting to you sessions on the understanding of Bhagavad Gita verse by verse. Bhagavad Gita 1.12. Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha sinhanadam vinadyochaya shankam dadmau pratapava. Tasya, his. Sanjanayan, increasing. Harsham, cheerfulness. Kuru Vriddha, the grandsire of Kuru dynasty. Bhishma. Pitamaha, the grandfather. Sihanadam, roaring sound like that of a lion. Vinadya, vibrating. Uchchaya, very loudly. Shankham, conch shell. Dadmau, blue. Pratapvan, the valiant. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhan joy. Bhagavad Gita 1.13. Tataha shankhascha bhairyascha panavanaka gomukhaha sahasevabhya hanyanta sa shabdastumulo bhavat. Tataha, thereafter. Shankha, conch shells. Cha, also. Bhairyaha, large drums. Cha, and. Panavanaka, small drums and kettle drums. Gomukhaha, horns. Sahasa, all of a sudden. Eva, certainly. Abhyahayanta, were simultaneously sounded. Sa, that. Shabdaha, combined sound. Tumulaha, tumultuous. Abhavat, became. Translation. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. Now we'll try to understand this verse from the Dua perspective. Discover, understand, and apply. In Bhagavad Gita 1.12, the discovery is that Bhishmadev blew his conch shell, making the sound like roar of the lion. And this gave joy to Duryodhan. Now, how do we understand this? If we look at the previous 8 verses, 1.3 to 1.11, Duryodhan spoke these verses to Dronacharya. But Dronacharya did not reply to Duryodhan. In fact, neither Dronacharya nor Bhishmadev replied to Duryodhan. So Duryodhan was disheartened due to this. And Bhishmadev, in order to make him happy, blew the conch shell and informed depressed Duryodhan that he had no chance of victory in the battle because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. But still it was his duty to conduct the fight and no pains would be spared in that connection. We know that, Dronacharya and Bhishmadev, they were under obligation. And that is why they were fighting for Kauravas, but their hearts were with Pandavas. Another understanding, Duryodhan doubted. My grandfather Bhishma is more affectionately inclined towards the other party, but he should not be lenient while fighting. So in order to encourage Duryodhan, Bhishma blew his conch shell and indicated that Duryodhan, don't think that I am lenient. I am very strong. And conch shell, is a symbol of Lord Vishnu. So blowing of the conch shell is also indicating here that Duryodhan is sure to lose. Because Lord Krishna, who is Lord Krishna? Lord Krishna is the source of all the incarnations. Lord Krishna is the source of Lord Vishnu, the origin of Lord Vishnu. So because Lord Krishna himself is present with the Pandavas, therefore victory will be with the Pandavas. 1.13. At once, various instruments like conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns sounded together, and the sound was tumultuous. So, understanding is that now, after Bhishmadev blew the conch shell, both the sides became eager to fight, and all these various instruments sounded together at once, and the sound was very, very intense. Now, here the names of various instruments are given like Panav. Panav is a kind of drum. Anaka is a kind of kettle drum, and Gombak is a type of trumpet. I've provided, the representation of these instruments in the next slide. Meanwhile, let us just complete this table and understand the application. So the application of this specific verse is that one should use his power, intellect, capabilities, etc. for the establishment and maintenance of dharma. Even if one has unmatchable capabilities, he is sure to lose if he is not on the path of dharma. Just like we see in the case of Duryodhan. He had far superior warriors on his side and a massive army as compared to Pandavas. But still, he was destined to lose. Why? Because he was walking on the path of adharma. So we have to be very careful with our actions. The activities that we do in day-to-day life, they must be in accordance with the principles of dharma. Then only we will be victorious. Now just look at this slide. We have provided the pictures of various instruments that all sounded together just before the beginning of the war. So first one is shank, that is conch shell, and then large drums. In Hindi we say bade bade dhol, nagade. In Sanskrit we say bheryaha. And then panav. Panav is small drum, dholak or mridang. And then anak. Anaka is kettle drum. We call it dhol. And then gomukhaha, horns, bugles or trumpet. Basically in Hindi, they are known as shringa, bigul, turhi, sing. So trumpet is basically modern version of horn. So all these were various kinds of instruments that sounded together before the war. Okay. Now with the verses, from 1 to 13, we have completed the first theme of chapter 1, that is preparation of war. Next video onwards, we will start learning shlok 14 onwards, and the theme that we are going to cover will be signs of victory. So the shlokas that we are going to cover under this, the second theme is from shlok number 14 to 20. That's all for today. Thank you. We dedicate this channel and all these videos to our Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.